tables. And I'm going pretty fast, but again, you can pause, stop, rewind anytime you need to. Do not just write this notes to write the notes. Write the notes to understand what I'm teaching. Okay, now we have a next one. Now, remember I was always yelling at y'all, take the table back to 0, take the table back to 0, take the table back to 0. This is why. This one is already taken back to 0, okay? Anytime you're x, when x is 0, y is the y-intercept. So on this one, bam, y-intercept is 140. Y-intercept equals 140. Easy peasy on that one. Now we need to find our slope. Now in order to find our slope, I know that each of these is a coordinate point. Whereas this one, each of these going sideways is a coordinate point. So this one I'm going to do 0 and 140 as the first coordinate point, and then 5 and 120 as the next coordinate point for to find slope. In order to find slope, we do y minus y, x minus x. This is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. So y would be 140, subtract 120, and then 0, subtract 5. So this would be 20, 432, over negative 5. If I have one negative, just one, it's going to be negative. So I know that my slope is going to be a negative, and then 20 divided by 5 is 4. So my slope is negative 4. So on this one, if I wanted to write it as an equation, it would be y equals, slope is negative 4, negative 4x, and then my y-intercept is 140, plus 140. Okay? You can't really see that, but. All right, on this one, the table is not taken back to 0, so I have to take it back to 0. I need to figure out what my pattern is between these numbers. So let's see here. 17 subtract 29 is 12. 29 subtract 41 is 12. 53 subtract 41 is 12. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 17, all of them added 12, so if we're going backwards, we're going to do 17 subtract 12, which gives me 5. So this is my y-intercept. Now I need to find my slope. In order to find my slope, I write down my coordinate points, 1, 17, 2, and 29. And then I remember I use my y minus y over x minus x. X, y, x, y. Y subtract y is going to be 17 over 29, and then 1 subtract 2. 17 subtract 29 is negative 12, and then 1 subtract 2 is negative 1. They're both negatives. A negative divided by negative is a positive. So my slope is going to be a positive, and then 12 divided by 1 is 1. So my slope is 12. So if I wanted to write this as an equation, it would be y equals slope 12, just double checking, we're never getting 12, yes, 12x plus 5 to be my equation for that one. All right, last one. All right, so on this one, we got to take my table back to 0. So let's do 6, 8, 10, they skipped 12, 14, 16, 20. So it looks like they're going by twos. So 6, 4, 2, 0. And then we need to figure out what's going on here. 67.5 minus 75, 7.5. 75 minus 82.5, 7.5. Now on this one, if I did 82.5, if I add 7.5, that tells me 412. And then if I add another 7.5, that gives me for 14. So I know that it's 7.5. So I'm going to start with my 67.5, subtract 7.5. That gives me 60. Subtract 7.5 again. That gives me 52.50. Subtract 7.5 again. That gives me 45. Okay, so on here, this is going to be my y-intercept. And now we just have to find our slope. So we're going to use this coordinate point, and we're going to use this coordinate point. Okay, so we have 6, 67.5, and 8, 75. Okay, so we have x minus x, and sorry, y minus y, x minus x. This is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. So 67.5 minus 75, 6 minus 8. 67.5 minus 75 gives me 7.5, and then 6 subtract 8. This is negative. This is a negative 2. 5 and a negative, my answer is going to be positive. So I know my slope is going to be positive, and then 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.75. Okay, so now we write this as an equation. Our equation would be y equals, our m is our slope, we got 3.75, 3.75 x, and then our y-intercept was 45, so it'll be plus 45. Alrighty, you guys are going to do the last one on your own, so here's what I want you to do. You're going to need to take your table back to 0, figure out your y-intercept, and then you need to figure out your slope. Remember, when you figure out your slope, you're using y minus y over x minus x, and then you need to write your equation, okay? And then you're going to turn your notes in like that. All right, I will see you guys in class. Bye.